and today we have some more good news for Queensland, because Queensland has done such a wonderful job that we are able to ease even more restrictions from 4 p.m. November the 17th, which is next Tuesday. So if you'll bear with me, I'll run through them because they are quite detailed and quite complex, but I think Queenslanders are going to be very, very happy with this outcome. So in relation to gatherings, so this is about people coming to your own homes or in public spaces, that'll increase from 40 to 50. In relation to indoor premises, this will increase from 1 person per 4 square metres to 1 person per 2 square metres. Now, this is great news for our restaurants, our cafes, our pubs, our clubs, our indoor play areas, our museums, art galleries, places of worship, convention centres, and even Parliament House. So that's going to mean good news for jobs, especially in those areas such as our restaurants, our cafes, our museums and our art galleries. So this is all wonderful news. Now, weddings. Here's some more good news. Up to 200 people can attend a wedding. And where's Lydia? All guests can dance. So there'll be a lot of happy people out there. In news for people who are attending funerals, we know, of course, that people attending funerals have had to go through a lot recently. So up to 200 people can attend a funeral. Indoor events. So this is seated, ticketed venues to increase from 50% to 100%, but patrons will have to wear masks on entry and exit. Like that's we'll get Dr. Young to talk a little bit more about that. So that's sort of, we're asking people to do that. So that means theatre, live music, cinemas, indoor sports, and performers can reduce distance from audiences from 4 metres to 2 metres, except choirs, which will remain at 4 metres from the audience. Now, outdoor events. Increase in outdoor events from 1,000 to 1,500 with a COVID-safe checklist. Larger events, of course, need a COVID-safe plan. Now, here's a good one I think all Queenslanders are going to be happy about. Open-air stadiums. The increase in seater capacity will go from 75% to 100%. Now, this means the Cauldron can be filled to 100% capacity for State of Origin next Wednesday night. So if you don't have a ticket yet, hopefully some more tickets can be released. And let's fill that Cauldron, let's fill Suncorp and cheer our mighty Maroons on. And on that note too, can I also wish the women's team for Queensland all the very best tonight against New South Wales. Now, again for Lydia, outdoor dancing is now allowed for musical, especially like for music festivals. So I think everyone's, and Jack, you'll be happy about that too. You're a young person. And Claire, you might fit into that category as well. Not Lane. Don't be offended. Okay, so look, this is absolutely wonderful news, and this is because of the great work of Queenslanders, and this is the advice that has been provided to myself and the Health Minister, Yvette Darth, from Dr Young. So Dr Young will go through that in a bit more detail, but that is excellent news, and of course that's going to be very well received by Queenslanders. Can I just comment on a couple of things that came out of National Cabinet? You would have heard that Queensland, we offered up an extra 150 places to allow international arrivals. This is people who are coming from areas around the world who want to come back home for Christmas. Our initial cap was 1,000. We increased it to 1,150. We've added an extra 150 there as well. We do have some hotel capacity to do that, and I thank the hotels who've actually been providing that service. And of course, you can understand with what's happening around the world why people want to come back home and be with their families. So I might leave it. Oh, it's just one thing I'll add, and that is in relation to borders. Of course, there is a national aspiration, of course, to have the borders open before Christmas. In relation to Victoria, we're very encouraged with what's happening down there, and we'll be looking very closely at the end of the month at Victoria and also New South Wales. There may be some hotspots. Dr Young will assess this at the end of the month, but we are very encouraged with what we are seeing in Victoria at this stage.